Let me share something that changed everything for me and could transform your financial future too. Here's a fact that might shock you. 75% of the world's wealthiest people are entrepreneurs, 15% are investors, 7% inherited their wealth, 3% are athletes or entertainers, and virtually 0% built their fortunes from salary alone. So what do the top categories have in common? Entrepreneurs own businesses, investors own assets, athletes own rare, valuable skills. The pattern is clear. If you don't own something that generates value, you're simply trading time for money, and that's a losing game. I'm going to teach you the 25-15-50-10 rule of money management system I've personally used for decades to build wealth from absolutely nothing. This isn't theory from some finance textbook. This is the exact framework that took me from broke with no qualifications to becoming a multi-millionaire. The brutal truth about modern work, here's what most people don't realize. We're living in a system designed to keep us financially trapped. Think about it this way: centuries ago, enslaved people worked with no pay but received food, shelter, and basic necessities. Today, Sarah works her 9 to 5, gets paid every 2 weeks, but guess what? Nearly all her money goes right back out the door for food, rent, and utilities. The only difference is the illusion of freedom. Once you understand this, you can start fighting back. That's where the 25-15-50-10 rule comes in. The first 25%, growth money that works for you, this is your wealth-building engine. While you're sleeping, eating, or working your day job, this 25% is out there multiplying. Let me introduce you to two people, Marcus and Jessica. Marcus started investing just $200 monthly at age 20. Jessica thought she had plenty of time, so she waited until 30. To catch up, she invested $300. Fast forward to age 60. Marcus invested $200 a month for 40 years, clock $96,000 total. Jessica invested $300 a month for 30 years, clock $108,000 total. Who do you think ended up with more? Assuming a 10% average annual return, which matches the S&P 500's historical average, Jessica's investment grew to $678,000. Impressive. But Marcus, his reached a staggering $1.26 million. He invested $12,000 less, but ended up with nearly $600,000 more. That's the magic of compound growth, and why starting now, even small beats waiting to start big. How to actually start? Step 1. Choose your growth assets. Think of investments on a risk spectrum. Lower risk, index funds, like S&P 500. You're buying tiny pieces of 500 major companies. Set it, and the market's grown an average of 10% annually over the past century. Real estate REITs, own property directly, or invest in real estate investment trusts, which let you own shares in buildings without buying property yourself. Medium risk, high income skills, learning copywriting, coding, video editing, or sales gives you a return no market crash can take away. Your skills are permanent assets. Higher risk, individual stocks, only if you've done serious homework. Otherwise, you're just guessing. Alternative investments, crypto, NFTs, collectibles, fun to experiment with, but never risk more than you can afford to lose completely. My advice for beginners? Start with index funds and skill building. Get that foundation solid before experimenting. Step 2. Use tax-advantaged accounts. This is where most people leak thousands in unnecessary taxes. UK, stocks and shares ISA, vest up to 20,000 year tax-free. US, Roth IRA 7,000 year, if under 50 grows completely tax-free, and 401k with employer match, that's free money. Billionaire Peter Thiel turned his Roth IRA into over $5 billion by investing in PayPal and Facebook early. You won't match that, but the principle works at any scale. Step 3. Automate and forget. Set up automatic monthly transfers on payday. The money moves before you can spend it. For example, Tom set up a simple 3-fund portfolio, 60% US stocks, 30% international stocks, and 10% bonds. He automated $500 a month. 5 years later, his consistency built over 35,000, and he barely thought about it. Your job isn't to pick perfect stocks, it's to keep feeding the system consistently and increase your income so you can invest more. The next 15%, stability, your financial safety net. Most people don't have a money problem, they have a stability problem. One unexpected expense destroys everything. I learned this the hard way. At 18, I needed a car for work. No savings, so I took out a loan for a VW Golf. 3 months later, the engine died. No backup fund meant I had to borrow more just to keep my job. That car didn't just break down, it broke my finances for over a year. If I'd had 15% set aside, everything would have been different. How to build your stability fund. Step 1. Calculate your target list, your core monthly expenses, rent, gross utilities, transport, insurance. Let's say that's $2,000/month. Multiply by 5 months, stocker, $10,000 target stability fund. Every month, 15% of your income goes toward building this until it's fully funded. Step 2. Store it correctly. 3 rules. Accessible within 24 hours. BUP. 0 risk, not in stocks or crypto. Must earn interest, high yield savings account with 4-5% to beat inflation. Step 3. Stack it quickly. Paycheck sweep. Auto transfer 15% immediately when paid. Replacement promise. If you use it, replace it with your next paycheck. Save by spending. Use Roundup apps or rewards to feed this fund automatically once fully funded. Roll that 15% into growth or rewards. The next 50%, essentials, feed you, not your ego. Here's something wild. 60% of Americans earning over $100,000 still live paycheck to paycheck. Why? They're trying to look rich instead of becoming rich. I remember being 20, standing next to my friend Daniel. He wore designer clothes, expensive watch, always picking up the tab. I wore baggy basics and a cheap watch. He had $43 in his account and overdue credit cards. I had $1,000 invested and a growing emergency fund. Wealth isn't what you see, it's what you don't. How to keep essentials under control. Step 1. Define true essentials. Essentials: toko, rent, groceries, utilities, transport, insurance, basic clothing. Not essentials: car takeout, subscriptions you forgot about, gym memberships you don't use, premium streaming services. Go through your bank statements. Cancel anything not actively improving your life. Step 2. Shrink. Housing and transport. These 2 categories eat most budgets. Housing. Negotiate rent renewals. Consider house hacking, renting out a spare room. Keep housing under 25% of your total income if possible. Transport. Stop leasing new cars, they're depreciating liabilities. Buy reliable used vehicles. In cities, consider ditching the car entirely and saving hundreds monthly on payments, insurance, and maintenance. Step 3. Use rules, not willpower. When Emma wanted to buy something non-essential, she used this system. Is this impulse? If yes, wait 7 days. After 7 days, still want it? Ask the next question. Brand or value? If it's the brand, find an unbranded alternative. Will this actually improve my life? If no, skip it. She saved over $3,000 in 6 months just by following these questions. The final 10%. Reward, stain, and enjoy life. Here's the truth. 92% of people overspend after intense saving periods because deprivation isn't sustainable. This 10% is your guilt-free spending money. Step 1. Spend on what actually matters. Prioritize experiences over stuff. Vacations. I ignored these while building my business and developed stress-induced shingles. My doctor prescribed a vacation. Now I take one annually. It's an investment in my health. Hobbies. Keep your passion alive. Social connection. Don't lose friends chasing wealth. Meaningful gifts. Strengthen relationships. Step 2. Create your joy jar. Open a separate account. Auto transfer 10% monthly. If you earn $3,000, that's $300. When it's gone, you wait until next month. No cheating from other categories. Step 3. Choose experiences. I don't need a garage full of cars. I spend my 10% on ski trips with my wife, days with my son at theme parks, golfing weekends with friends. These memories outlast any material purchase. Putting it all together, the 25-15-50-10 rule: 25% to growth investments working for you, 15% to stability, 50% to essentials, 10% to rewards. Free enjoy. This isn't about how much you make, it's about how you manage what you make. Start today, even if it's small. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Your financial freedom is waiting. Go claim it.